The first night in a new bed, you notice it. Something feels off. The ceiling is wrong. The sounds are wrong. Even the dark feels different. You tell yourself it's nothing. You close your eyes anyway. But part of your brain refuses to fully switch off. And that's not an accident. That's not anxiety. That's 40 million years of instinct, still running quietly in the background. Scientists have a name for it now. They call it the first night effect. And the real answer for why it happens is far stranger than you're just not used to it. Think about the last time you stayed somewhere new, a hotel room, a friend's guest bedroom, a tent halfway up a mountain. You probably slept worse than usual. Maybe you woke up at every small sound. Maybe you never felt like you actually went under. You assumed it was the mattress, or the pillow, or nerves. But your brain was doing something far more deliberate than that. In 2016, researchers at Brown University decided to find out exactly what was happening inside the sleeping brain on that first strange night. Neuroscientists Masako Tamaki and Yuka Sasaki brought volunteers into a sleep lab and monitored their brain activity in extreme detail, region by region, hemisphere by hemisphere. What they found surprised even them. On the first night in an unfamiliar place, one half of the brain stayed measurably more alert than the other. The left hemisphere specifically showed lighter, more vigilant activity, almost as if it never fully powered down. By the second night, that asymmetry disappeared. Both hemispheres settled into the same deep, synchronized rest. The brain had decided the environment was safe. So here's the question worth sitting with. Why would one side of your brain volunteer to stay half awake, standing guard, while the other side rests? To answer that, you have to go back. Not decades, not centuries, millions of years, to a time before beds, before doors, before walls of any kind. Your ancestors didn't sleep in bedrooms. They slept in the open, or in shallow shelters, surrounded by a world that wanted to eat them. Leopards hunted at night. Hyenas hunted at night. So did early hominins' most persistent threat, other humans, from rival groups, looking for territory or resources while everyone else slept. Sleep, for most of human history, was the single most dangerous thing you did every day. You were blind. You were immobile. You were, for 8 hours, the easiest meal in the ecosystem. And evolution doesn't ignore a vulnerability like that. It solves it. Anthropologist David Sampson has spent years studying sleep among the Hadza, a hunter-gatherer community in Tanzania whose lifestyle closely resembles that of early humans. Using motion tracking devices, his team discovered something remarkable. At almost any given moment throughout the night, at least one member of the group was awake. Not because of insomnia, not because of discomfort. It rotated, naturally, without any discussion or plan, like an unconscious guard shift passed silently from person to person. The group, as a whole, was never fully asleep. Even while individuals rested deeply, the collective stayed watchful. Now here's where it gets stranger. What if that same guard shift instinct still lives inside a single sleeping brain, even when you're sleeping completely alone? Biologist Charles Nunn has studied sleep architecture across dozens of primate species, comparing how animals living under high predation risk sleep differently from those in safer environments. His research found a consistent pattern. Species facing more danger sleep in shorter, lighter bursts. Species in safer environments sleep long and deep, fully surrendering consciousness. Humans, compared to most other primates, sleep unusually deeply and for unusually long stretches, but only under one condition: familiarity. A known environment tells your ancient nervous system the perimeter has already been checked. The exits are known. The sounds are cataloged. Nothing here has surprised you before. An unfamiliar environment offers none of that reassurance. New shapes in the dark, new creaks in the walls, nothing yet proven safe. So your brain does exactly what a hunter-gatherer sentry would do. It keeps part of itself listening, watching, ready. This is why unfamiliar noises during travel jolt you awake far more easily than the same noise would at home. Your own house has an entire library of cataloged sounds your brain has learned to ignore. A creaking floorboard, a hum of a refrigerator, the specific way wind moves through your windows. None of it registers as a threat because it's already been checked night after night and found harmless. A hotel room has no such library. Every sound is unverified. Every sound gets flagged for review. And that lighter sleep in one hemisphere isn't random either. Researchers believe it functions almost like standby mode, capable of processing incoming sensory information, specifically listening for anomalies, while the rest of the brain proceeds with the deep, restorative work sleep is meant to accomplish. It's not that your brain forgot how to relax. It's that your brain is doing exactly its job. It's deciding, moment to moment, whether it's actually safe to fully let go. There's something almost moving about that if you think about it. Somewhere inside you is a piece of biology built for a world that no longer exists. A locked hotel door means nothing to it. 21st century security systems mean nothing to it. It doesn't know about deadbolts or neighborhoods with low crime rates. It only knows one rule, carried forward from 100,000 generations of humans who slept in the open. New place, stay alert. And this instinct isn't limited to sleep either. Notice how you scan a new city block before relaxing into it. Notice how a new job, a new house, a new relationship can carry that same low hum of vigilance, even when nothing is actually wrong. Your nervous system is running the same ancient calculation. Unfamiliar, unverified, not yet safe. It usually only takes one exposure to update the model. That's why the second night in the same hotel room feels different. Your brain already ran its assessment. Nothing attacked you. Nothing moved in the dark. The environment passed the test, and permission to fully rest gets granted. Which means that restless first night wasn't a flaw in your biology. It was your biology working exactly as intended, protecting you the way it protected every person who came before you, back through thousands of years of sleeping in places that genuinely could kill them. You just happen to be running that same protective software in a world built almost entirely for your safety. So tonight, if you're somewhere new and sleep won't quite come, you'll know what's actually happening. It isn't the mattress. It isn't the pillow. It's a night watchman inside your own skull, one that has never once heard the news that the world changed, still checking the perimeter of a cave that stopped existing 40,000 years ago. The room only feels different for one night. After that, your brain decides it isn't a threat anymore. It never actually stopped watching. You just finally convinced it there was nothing left to see.